No, the easies are not easier than the easies, I don't think.
What I've seen is instructors typically, because it's low stakes, they assign the pretest as like a complete or non-completion, and then the post test actually for a small amount of points. So the pretest is to make sure that they're actually doing it and actually getting into the content prior to coming to class, so the lectures are a little bit more dynamic and actually.
So how do you do that then in like the grade book to somehow mark that they've done that? You know,
There's a choice there. That's what I do.
It's in the settings.
So let me go to the.
I mean, just do like a 0.
Yeah, if it's.
So let me go to details.
But it shows somehow that they've done that.
So for example, like graded type, practice quiz, graded survey, ungraded survey. I'm trying to remember, showed one time. Is it ungraded survey?
So it's just available for them, but it doesn't even show you that they've done it?
It should.
I'll double check. I can follow up with you via email. I can ask our Canvas like specialist. That's a good question though.
Because what's the difference? Yeah.
Yes. So you can add a time limit here.
Yeah. It does. But I mean, what's the difference? How does it show differently for a practice test versus an ungraded survey?
So how does it show? Yeah. So I think from there, what I'd like to follow up with is how do these vary as it shows up in your grade book? I think that's the most important thing. Yeah, I can ask Brian Hasler or Angela to ask them. Yeah, that's a good question. I want to make sure I get you an answer. Hopefully by tomorrow afternoon I can get you an answer. You can. So for example, so this is one of the options where it says let students see their quiz responses. Incorrect questions will be marked in student feedback. You can, like where it says here, show correct answers at, and then you can add a specific time when you might want to make that available, and when to hide correct answers. Sure. That's not helpful, right? So really all of the content that we have here is really powered by the capabilities of the learning management system. So whatever Canvas can do, we're always trying to figure out new things we can add to it to kind of make it, give you some more like cool things you can use. But sometimes depending on the learning management system, there are limitations. One of the things that is a Canvas limitation that, so I kept saying, you know, we removed the essay questions, and the reason why that's was a particular point of contention. I was working with our editors from like last in like early 2018, and once we switched to this model of breaking things down by easy, medium, and hard, the issue was that for every other learning management system, you can filter by question type. Essay question, true false question, multiple choice. Canvas still doesn't have that. They're supposed to have it supposedly this year, but I think it's more like 2020 when they'll have it. But the reason why that's important is because if you're assigning an assessment and all of a sudden, you know, say for example, you missed that there was a essay question, it can create a lot of confusion for students. And all of a sudden, if you have 60 students in a class, all of those students are answering, you know, you have to grade like 60 essays in the middle of a test. And if there's multiple essay questions in there, you're like, oh my gosh, it creates a lot of work that's not necessarily very necessary, you know.
It's kind of neat if you can have the essay question listed more as discussion.
Yeah, and you can.
You could use that not only for online as like a weekly discussion option, but even in class where you could break them up into groups and
right.
Some questions.
So where we have them as well, like if you wanted to do that or if you wanted to have a discussion board, is here. If I went to the test bank. This is the same test bank that's already available. And then we're just gonna go to the discussion questions are always at the end.
Well, and a lot of them are like, what are six, blah, blah, blah. What are 6 things that you associated with? So you were having to look at the full list, then go back to the student's response, pick out they were still, I would say they were short answer more than discussion.
But under the aspects tab, there's discussion questions for every chapter as well. Already.
So this is one of those questions here. So they're definitely long. So it's number 3, I think. So here, aside from getting the essay question, then you have your answer. And then also so some of the, like for example, Blackboard, within Blackboard, that learning management system, you can actually filter by like which cognitive domain it is when it pertains to Bloom's taxonomy. So application. You can actually filter by learning objectives. So the limitation is usually based on the learning management system. And it just doesn't let us do that, even though we've been asking them to update that, and they're supposed to be doing that soon. Oh, the highlight? Oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah. Yes.
Oh, and some students would get like 8 of them, you know what I mean? And
Right.
some students would get 9. And I felt like time-wise, there was, it could be unfair. It was really weird. Oh, gosh.
Right. So we remove them so that way that's not an issue. I'll triple check before I import it again, just because now I'm like I know I did it. I know I. No, but like just for quality assurance, I want to go back from chapter 19 and go but up. So I have I went through and I did it actually. I checked them again on Tuesday of this week. So when I emailed and I was ready, I think I emailed you Tuesday and I asked, is it okay if I import it? But the only thing I was like, oh, I got to make sure I can find my videos, but someone already removed my videos. I'm going to find that person. It's okay. It's okay. I had someone say, I showed them, I sent it to someone else and they said, I was only corresponding with them via email. And they said, oh, these are great videos. The only thing is they need to have someone else do the voice. Like, that's the worst voice I've ever seen and heard in any video ever. And I just started laughing so loud. I was like, thanks, man. Thanks, pal. I just started laughing. That's good. So there's a lot here. There's a lot of resources that you have at your disposal. And more than anything else, you always have Byron, myself. We're always very happy to help. If you want some one-on-one help, we're happy to do that. If you want to talk to a turkey, apparently there's a turkey out the window. That's awesome.
Yeah, I live locally too, so I'm always happy to come to campus here. If we teach at another campus, we're out of the south. So.
Oh, there's another turkey over there. Oh, geez. Okay, cool. Really?
Oh, yeah.
That's awesome. We have a lot of rattlesnakes where I am, and we have some wild turkeys, but not this many. Anywho, that's awesome. Now I'm just hungry again. Sorry. That's so cool. That's so cool. I love it. So yeah, anytime anyone needs anything, just let me know. I'll be very happy to come up. That's all the resources. And anytime you need anything, you would just click on, let's say I want to get to the class activities. I would click on that hyperlink. I click on this, it opens up. And there you go, class activities. So everything right at your disposal, you can use it right away. So there's a lot here. It just really pertains to kind of what you want to use, how you want to use it, how you like to teach your class. Tara Kuthar, the author, is also very accessible. So if you ever have any questions, like, why'd you put this here? Like, she loves to hear from people too. She's not just an author, like she's actively teaching as well. So she's in the trenches as well. So that's kind of nice. She's not just like some author in some office somewhere writing books. Yeah, in a tower writing books. No, she's an active teacher. She teaches at, I forgot which college in New Jersey. I believe.
It's suggested answers for the discussion questions.
So the in-text questions, yeah.
This is not somewhere other books don't have this. Professors have asked for this. Is actually really nice.
So I know a lot of you gave Byron your email address. We want to make sure we have that because we want to make sure that everyone has access to the interactive ebook. And then if ever anyone doesn't have access to the interactive ebook, just let us know. We want to make sure we can get that to you. We have our helper, Bradley Arend. He is awesome. He is available directly in our California office. He's a really, really nice guy. He's able to kind of get us troubleshooted if you don't have access to the Sage site. So one thing I would want to highlight is, I actually had it here. So all of these resources that are on our publisher website, one big thing we did differently once we started using the course packs is that all of these resources you have here, all of these things are what you're going to find directly in your course shelf. So you don't have to go to the website. And once we migrate all of these resources and update them in the Sierra College HDev course shelf, then you'll be up to date with everything there. So it'll be one less thing. So we like to give out physical copies because, so I know for me, I personally like to actually have like a book that I tab and highlight. So if you want a print copy, please Byron is the person who'll be able to get it to you, and then we'll ship it to if you want us to send it to your home, please let us know where you would prefer us to ship the book to. And just once you send us that information, we can definitely send that to you.
Yeah, we're not like other publishing companies that are done giving out exam copies. We're happy to, if you guys are teaching, we're happy to give you exam copies. So you'll have both. You'll have a hard copy and you can obviously access the interactive ebook.
I'm so jazzed about I was born on Thanksgiving. I have. Actually, I was born on, but he's big. He's just like, he's showing off right now. Yeah. Well, he's like on the prowl, this lifespan development. He's trying to, he's trying to do. He's very much peacocking at this moment. I love it. I was born on Thanksgiving. Yeah, that's why every time I see a turkey, I'm like, oh, cool. I was a turkey baby. Yeah.
It's really sad when they get hit by cars.
Oh. Oh man. Really? Oh, I know, but that's too bad. Wow. Well, they're delicious. So.
Email me if you need exam copy. Happy to get that out to you right away.
So I'm sorry. So one more time. So where do we find the version?
So the e-version, we're going to send it to you directly. So the vendor we have is VitalSource. So for example, so this is just logged into the generic account. You'll probably find yours in an area called, what is it, like rep recommender sales or rep recommendations. So you'll have it under your recommended folder. If you need a walkthrough of how to get to that, please let us know. I don't have access to an instructor account in VitalSource, unfortunately, because we have like the publisher account, which allows us to send samples to instructors, but we don't have the instructor version. So essentially is that you would have the same VitalSource account, but instead of send recommendations, you would have something like view recommendations, and then that's where you would find our book, and then you just kind of click on it, and then you have it accessible. And you have it available forever, so it never expires, you just have it in your...
And don't worry about taking notes on that, because when we email you, it's going to say, hey, it's available now, and this is how you get to it.
So Bradley does have some detailed instructions to make sure, like, click here, look here, and then
But it's not where we can go somewhere in Canvas and just click on it?
yeah, you can. Once you have it in your bookshelf, and you've accepted like the publisher recommendation, then if you wanted to access something, let's say I'm an instructor right now and I'm trying to lecture on chapter, let's go to chapter 4.